Four miners from the engineering department of a group known as the Nova Corporation were getting ready for a day of digging in mines to look for valuable ores and resources. They had done this hundreds of times already, but what was to come was nothing that any of their experiences could prepare them for. As the miners entered the mine, they began digging. When they started digging up in the cave, the ground began to shake. As the wall in front of them crumbled, they soon came to realize that they had just found an empty and seemingly abandoned mine chamber, finding an old lift that seemed to descend so deep that light could not penetrate its bottom edges. This discovery would soon be reported to the corporation, but not before the miners had entered the lift and descended into the darkness. They would never come back from their descent. Once the mysterious disappearance of the miners was noticed, others were quick to go into the cave that had gone missing in to attempt to find them, except all they found was a seemingly abandoned lift. The team of miners that went looking for the missing personnel did not descend into the lift, possibly out of fear since their co-workers had just gone missing. However, this would be a choice that would prove to cause a whole lot of mystery to be uncovered, exposed, and even feared. You see, this corporation is not your normal big conglomerate business. To go look for the missing miners in the newly discovered deep descent, living human beings would be sent. This would prove the new discovery far more terrifying than anyone could have hoped for. The following is a recording of the first group of test subjects that were sent into the newly discovered mines. As you can see, these mines are all but usual. What you just saw is something that shouldn't exist, something that defies what we believe to be possible. Footsteps could be heard approaching them as they entered further into the mines, loud screaming and roars of non-human origin getting louder and louder. They were to be met with their fates the moment they stepped foot into that cave. This area the test subjects were in would become known as the first layer of the Mineshafts. Although not the biggest or most dangerous layer, it is often considered the one that puts the most fear into those who wander it. As once you enter the mineshaft, you will soon understand that you are not alone and have made a very grave mistake. Soon after these events, a team of highly specialized anomaly-dealing armed personnel, the Crazies, was sent in to attempt to clear the area or contain the anomaly, proceeding with further exploration of the mineshaft. To the corporation's relief, they would prove far more successful than the previous explorers of the Mineshaft. Unfortunately, a second being was encountered. The team was clearly in a panic mode, unsure if they were facing the same being they had run from moments earlier, or if this was an entirely new one. Their training paid off, though. They quickly ran into one of the second layer's sections and encountered a hole in the wall. A third layer was in sight. This third layer was nothing like the other two, being an extremely cramped, rocky, and tall claustrophobic labyrinth of rock walls. It was seemingly safer than the previous layers, but was not exempt from danger. A tall humanoid resembling a curved beam of red light roams this layer, emitting obnoxious clockwork sounds as it travels. Although not as fast as the previous entities, getting lost and being attacked by this entity is not difficult, as all the spaces can lead to dead ends and curves that are hard to run from. The Crazies team was able to solve the puzzles involved with this layer, unveiling prototype weaponry and armor as well as restricted documents. No further contact was achieved afterwards. There are many gaps in the events that could have happened in the mineshaft. This has led many people to speculate about possible theories as to what the origin of the mineshaft is. Some people believe that it was the Fallen Angel Project, the making of the first super soldier of the Nova Corporation, but it doesn't explain the external timeline data render image found in the bunker of the third layer, and there was a letter. Others speculate that the entities and the noises in the mineshaft are actually the deceased miners found trapped in Layer 2. But probably the most damning of all, multiple notes written by corporation personnel found in the mines and various explosion marks surrounding key areas of each layer has led some to believe that the mineshaft was actually the place where a highly experimental and confidential corporation technology was developed, with something most likely having gone wrong, resulting in a massive cover-up of the incident. What might have happened is unknown, and theories range from experience gone wrong to internal sabotage. The true nature of these events will most likely never be unveiled, but one thing is known for sure: the corporation was there, and they were aware of what was going on in it. This was our first video of this type, and we hope you could find this entertaining. We're considering doing more videos like this, so please let us know in the comments what you thought of this one. This video was about the Nova Corporation Glacier Mineshaft location.